everyone. This is Memoirs of a Fat Girl, going from FAT to PHAT in real time. And I got my baby here. This is Josh. And Josh and I wanted to make some dessert. So I wanted to make a dessert that wouldn't harm us, but would be good for us, right? So I found, as you guys know, I follow Highfalutin Low Carb, and if you don't follow him, you need to. He is freaking awesome. So he had done a couple of recipes for brownies, and I liked one that he pulled out, which was called the best chocolate avocado brownie recipe, healthy and fudgy. And he said that it actually is very fudgy. And so I went on there and I pulled it up, and it's from wholesomeyum.com, wholesomeyum.com. So I pulled it, and I'm probably gonna play with it a little bit because I like to add things to recipes or take away. And so the first thing I'm gonna do is, we have a half a stick of butter in here and 6 ounces of dark chocolate. So I found these artesian dark chocolate because, thank you coronavirus, there's nothing in the stores, so you have to grab what you can. No, there wasn't toilet paper, there wasn't bread, there wasn't paper towels, there wasn't water, but I found artisanal dark chocolate, so that's what we're using. So I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for a few minutes, and then everything is really gonna go in this blender. And so we're gonna mix it up right in here with the avocado, and we're just gonna get started. So let me pop this in, 1 sec. So you can also do this as a double boiler, but in the microwave it just seems to be quicker and faster. And although I don't like to use the microwave to cook, when it comes to something simple like melting chocolate, I don't have a problem with that, especially if it's gonna cut out some time. And plus, me and Josh really want brownies, right? Yeah, see, he really wants brownies. Quiet dude. Anyway, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave again. It's not completely melted. So while that is melting, do you know how to cut an avocado? You ever cut one?
Not really.
Oh, well, let me show you. So there's a couple of ways to cut an avocado. People always go with the knife this way and roll it around the knife. I just don't like that very much because sometimes if you slip, you can really cut yourself. I always lay down my avocado, cut straight in the middle, and then I just rotate the avocado around the blade. Just like that. That way you don't cut yourself, you know? This avocado is super ripe, so you can actually pop this out with a spoon. But you could also use a knife. But you know, when you stab it with the knife, again, you're playing around with a knife, right? Yeah. So we're gonna put this amazing, really soft avocado right here into our blender. And no coughing, no coronavirus. We're coronavirus free in this house. All right, so the avocado is gonna go, and like I said, I have a recipe in front of me, but I'm really, really bad at following directions. I am a recipe creator myself, so sometimes my brain just works with what I think would go best. But anyway, 2 eggs are gonna go in here with a little bit of vanilla. And this is going to go into my Vitamix or blender. So it's gonna pulse until it's very smooth, and then we're gonna stir together the almond, the chocolate cocoa powder, which I have here. Almond, cocoa powder, and the one thing I did add to here was cinnamon. She doesn't have cinnamon in her recipe, but I like cinnamon and chocolate together.
Did you add nutmeg to it?
I didn't, but you can add nutmeg. And another good thing sometimes is coffee. Like a really strong espresso brings out a lot of chocolate flavor.
Because of the bitterness of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so nice. It works together really nicely. So let me pop this on the blender. Let me grab the chocolate in the microwave, and we'll get started with the second part of this recipe. So in here, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a very smooth avocado. Very smooth avocado, and eggs are already in here. He is stirring up some chocolate and butter because, I mean, how bad can it be with chocolate and butter? Hello.
Health-wise, it can be pretty bad, but flavor-wise, you know.
Well, we're gonna go with healthy. This is actually a keto brownie. So it's keto. So you can use like milks and stuff in keto. I'm actually dairy free, but I can have butter. I just can't have like straight up cow milk. So in here we have the avocado, we have eggs and vanilla are already in here. We already have our bowl here with almond flour, cocoa powder, and I'm also going to use a mixture, and I think she actually talks about a blend, but I'm going to use a mixture of monk fruit and erythritol. Can you hand that over there for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So monk fruit, I always use the golden one, and erythritol, I use both. I use the powdered kind, and I also use the granulated kind, and they're both really good. Have you ever had either?
No.
Okay. So hopefully you will like this. It actually, the erythritol and monk fruit, I find it to be a little bit sweeter than sugar. So we have to, you have to almost be careful because sometimes you're gonna get too sweet. I made donuts the other day, oh my gosh. If you guys didn't see that episode, I'm gonna put the link up on top. You have to see it. It was amazing. They were like these cinnamon donuts and they had like this glaze on them. Yeah, okay, fat girl stuff, fat girl stuff. So anyway, so we're gonna mix this all together. Make sure there's no lumps in here. I usually just use like a whisk and I whisk it through really quick to get all the lumps out. All right, so now that Josh has finished mixing the chocolate and it's nice and smooth, I mean, this would be really like a ganache, right? So at this point, if you wanted to, you could just put this in the fridge, scoop it up, make little ganache balls out of them, and you can eat them as treats that way. Roll it in coconut, you can roll it in cocoa powder, all that kind of stuff. But we are not gonna do that. We're gonna pour it into the avocado mixture here. So I'm gonna make sure I try to scrape up all of this goodness going on. Please use a spatula, guys. You don't wanna leave any of this amazingness behind, right? I mean, if you use like a spoon or something like that, you're gonna leave a lot of this beauty.
If you use a spoon, you're in danger of eating it. So.
Well, you're in danger of eating it, like,
regardless.
yeah, right?
I forgot that's the point.
So this I'm gonna pop into the blender really quick. I'm gonna mix it together and then I'm gonna go ahead and put in our dry ingredients. Now the dry ingredients go in, we pulse it a couple of times and we are done. And when we come back, I'm gonna show you how to put this in here. We're gonna bake it for, I think it's like 18 minutes or something like that. Yeah, 18 to 20 minutes. Then we're gonna come back and show you what this actually looks like. So all my fat girls out there, this is gonna be a great treat for you to have, okay? So we will be right back, all right? Okay, so just to show you guys, that is what it looks like. It is really rich and it's thick and it almost is like mousse. See that?
Yeah. Very fluffy looking too.
Oh my goodness gracious, this is such a sin. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. These are your dry ingredients. Remember, I put in almond flour, and I'm gonna actually link the recipe from the website down there because they deserve the traffic for this. They're the ones that invented the recipe. All I'm doing is just adjusting some of the things that I seem to like, which is like your cinnamon I like in there, the mixture of the sugars, which she says to use a mixture that already comes. I just happen to have both of those sugars at home, so I did it myself. And Joshua, you're trying to like learn how to eat different things now, right? You were talking about that you were looking into even what keto is or what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
You ever done like a low carb diet before? You like, you ever focused on that before ever? No. Okay. The cool thing is that you really do get to eat like the stuff that you like. I think the hardest thing is if you focus on the things you don't like, you don't want to get rid of. Kind of like pasta, bread, rice, potatoes, right? So when we focus on those, like I do, I end up like getting a little bit ticked that I can't have those things, you know? But in reality, you can have so many great alternatives and never even miss it, you know?
That's true.
So that's the whole point of this right here is because I am a huge, my problem is sweets. Like that's one of my biggest problems, right? It's like I'm constantly craving sweets. And so I can have a full meal and then right after the meal, I still have room for dessert, you know? Even though I'm not supposed to have no room for dessert, I still have room for dessert. So I'm gonna pop this back on again and I'll be back in just a sec. So we are back. Okay, so this is like a super, super duper thick recipe. I guess you can also, I mean, she did say you can also use a food processor. I just happen to have this on the counter and ready to go, and I don't want to keep dirtying dishes if I don't have to. So this is really, really thick. I'm just going to give it a quick mix in here, and then I'm going to pour it. Wow, that looks really, really good. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is so thick. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a super thick, rich brownie. All right. Do you want to pour this in or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Yeah. He's just here to look handsome and tall, very tall. Look at that, he's off the camera. He's so tall, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. I kind of just like stole him anyway last second. He came to visit me with his mom and then I was like, hey, wanna be on camera with me? He's like, you know. And so I made him do it anyway. This is the power you have when you're an auntie, you know?
Yeah.
This is the power. See the thrill? Thrill of a lifetime. Thrill of a lifetime. All right. So I am going to finish scraping this out because you don't need to be watching me doing all of this, and I'll be right back. Oh, hi. It is so good.
Yeah. I like the cinnamon in it too.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, so this is really, really thick, so I'm gonna go ahead and just spread it as best I can because, man, this thing is thick. Usually, brownie batter it's usually a thick cake batter. So I didn't expect this to be any different. I don't know why is it that no matter when I work with chocolate, I get it everywhere. I have it like, look, it's on my knuckles.
Yeah, it's difficult to work with, but you know, the good, good outcome. It's worth it.
It's worth it. That's true. All right. So I'm going to scrape the rest of this in. I'm going to pop this in a 325-degree oven for 18 minutes or so. I like my brownies ooey and gooey. So we will see what it looks like after 18 minutes. And then I will come back and show you guys what it looks like. You can't eat it through the TV, but if if you feel like it, you can make it.
It might taste like your phone, but you can try it.
Yeah, you can try it, right. Just put a little cinnamon on it. All right, we'll be right back. So we are back now with the brownies. It's actually still a little hot, but this is what they look like. And it actually, it's not smooth, but that's not the recipe's fault. That's my fault, right? Because I didn't smooth it out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut us a piece. You ready?
It smells awesome too.
It actually does smell pretty good. We're just gonna do a small piece of this. We will see if we like it. It's really soft, guys, so I think we gotta let this set up overnight. But for now, I got a lot of animals running around over here, so excuse that. So, cheers. Bon appetit. Let's see. It's pretty good.
Great, it starts off very salty, but it's like this big punch, with like the cinnamon and the mousse, just like the mousse.
Right, the chocolate part of it. Yeah, you know what would probably be really good on here too, like some nuts, and maybe even a little sprinkle of salt or something. Oh yeah, that would have been good. I say go ahead and make the recipe, and it's the best chocolate avocado brownie recipe, healthy and fudgy, by wholesomeyum.com. So give it a shot, give it a try. I say it is delicious. It's yummy. It didn't rise a lot, but that's okay. We didn't really put any kind of leavener in here. But it's delicious, and I think it'll go really well with, we're trying to, incorporate sweet into your diet. So I like it. Josh gives it a little bit of a thumb up there, so I think we'll be good.
Yeah, it tastes really good.
Yeah.
So,
It's good. I think it'll taste better when it's cooled. All right.
It's good cooled or warm. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's really good. I like it. So I say I found a little bit of a winner here. I'm going to try to do a couple more and see which one I really, really like. But I do like this recipe. So I will be using this again. Yay! Nice. And for the first time, you had alternative sugars too.
Yep.
And avocado with chocolate. You never had that before, right?
Nope.
There you go. Got to introduce them to something new. Thank you so much for watching. This is Nina Perez at Memoirs of a Fat Girl, going from FAT to PHAT in real time. Bye!